Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate you two being here, and I hope you can shed some light on what we can do different or what needs to be done different in Sudan and South Sudan. Looking back over the history since 1956, when they got their independence, this war has been going on, or the conflict has been going on. What do you see the main reason for the cause of the conflict between the two entities, South and North Sudan? Is it different in religion, philosophical beliefs?
The initial fighting between the conflict in Sudan that led to the creation of South Sudan was a very, very long-term conflict that had a basis in religion, in ethnic prejudice between the Arab North and the African South, and in a result of there not being political inclusion.
Okay, and that's what I see over and over and over again. That's like the movie Groundhog Days. We wake up to the same thing, and I've got here in a report right in front of me that we spend $2 billion annually in recent years between the North and the South. $2 billion of the American taxpayers' money, and we've been doing this for year after year after year. Yet I'm reading an article here about China, and China has become South Sudan's largest trading partner, the single biggest trading partner, having overtaken the United States over the past decade, but professes to remain neutral and non-interfering in African states and internal politics. Of all the oil that's produced in South Sudan, who purchases the most of that? What nation purchases that?
So there are two consortia and that have concessions with the government of South Sudan. One principally Chinese, the other one Malaysians, but there's Chinese ownership on both. And so if one were to look at the revenues where they go to, roughly 45% of the revenue goes to the government of South Sudan. Then another 40% goes to the consortia, and then another.
Let me rephrase that.
Sure.
Who benefits from? I don't want to say benefit. Who uses the majority of that oil? What country? Where does that go to?
So it would be going eastward.
Right. China is what I have. 80% of that.
Yes.
How much foreign aid does China put into that country?
I wouldn't call it foreign aid, but they have provided buildings,
investment,
some investment,
and
some
your answer on the money that goes to USAID. I've no offense, but it was kind of a gobbledygook answer because there was no accountability, is what I saw. And again, we're putting billions of dollars. You said 60% of the money that we send over there kind of gets filtered through through these different agencies. And what I've seen in my short time here of a year is there's no accountability. I think we need to focus on aid or trade, not aid. I think China is ahead of us in here, and it's reflected in that they're the largest trading partner. If we become trading partners with a country like Sudan, instead of forcing Western ideals on a country that does not want those, and it's been proven over and over again, and if we can build economic base and trade, they'll come our way. And in the meantime, China knows this, and they're kicking our rear end, and our competitiveness is getting killed.
You make some very good points, Congressman.
Thank you.
Let me just add to that. What I mentioned was the amount of humanitarian assistance that we're delivering. I didn't mention the development assistance, which amounts to about $300 million a year. Now, you're talking about trade. Unfortunately, there's very limited capacity within the country for trade.
I agree.
Include the development of businesses, infrastructure, government systems, and that's what we're trying to do, is build that foundation so that businesses can develop, and that
so instead of going through the UN and letting that money go through there, why don't we use American companies and invest in infrastructure and things that we can trade and start from the ground floor up instead of filtering it through the UN where it never gets to seem like where it needs to go? I mean, I just read in here that 10% of one of the food drops went over there, got hijacked, and it was enough to feed 180,000 people. And, we keep doing those things. China is putting in infrastructure, trading with them, and they become a reliable partner. And you guys, between the two of you, you've got 50-some years of foreign aid experience. Help us redirect policy to where we get the bang for our buck, and it's not about the money, it's about results. And if we have good economic development over there, the people of Sudan will grow, their economy, and they'll settle a lot of their own problems. I yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.